Hello and welcome to the Waste Partnership Learning videos. This is lesson 2 in the nutrition series of lessons for higher level health and food technology. Remember to take notes as you go through the video, pausing and rewinding when needed to use as a revision aid later in the course. So today we're continuing our learning of macronutrients, in particular focusing on essential fatty acids. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify the food sources of the essential fatty acids and explain the effects on health of having the essential fatty acids in the diet. To explain effectively, you should be able to give a detailed function of the essential fatty acids and the consequence of having them or not having them in the diet. The essential fatty acids are known as omega-3 and omega-6. If we just recap quickly the different types of fat that we learned from our previous lesson, we get animal fats, which are saturated fats, and plant fats, which are unsaturated fats. The essential fatty acids are specific unsaturated fats which are vital for health and cannot be made by the body. We have to get them from our food. These are also called essential fatty acids, or shortened to EFAs, and can be or must be obtained from our food. So the food sources of omega-3, first of all, are oily fish such as salmon, mackerel, sardines and herrings, and soya beans and walnuts are good examples as well. Omega-3 is essential in the diet because it reduces the risk of blood clots forming, so it can reduce the risk of heart attacks. It reduces the incidence of rheumatoid arthritis that's common in elderly people, and it's needed for the brain development of babies. Sometimes people get a bit confused and think that oily fish will make you brainy. It doesn't actually improve your brain function in an adult, but it is needed for the development of a baby's brain. Sources of omega-6 are our oils, such as sunflower oils, and lots of processed foods as well will have omega-6 in there. Its main function is for, again, brain development in babies. Okay, so to explain effectively the impact of essential fatty acids in the diet, we need a function and a consequence. So we've just gone through the functions of the essential fatty acids, omega-3 and omega-6. So now we need to think about the consequences that go with those. So our consequence this time is linked to an elderly person. So an elderly person has less omega-3 than required. What's the consequence for the elderly person? So I want you to pause the video just now and have a little think about this yourself. First of all, what is the consequence of an elderly person not having enough omega-3 in their diet? So elderly people are at risk of rheumatoid arthritis, so they're already at risk of it. So the lack of omega-3 will contribute to that risk. So they're more likely to get rheumatoid arthritis if they don't have omega-3 in their diets. So again, the bit that's in bold is specific to an elderly person. Elderly people are at risk of rheumatoid arthritis. That's specific to them. So now we've finished the lesson, you should be able to identify the food sources of both omega-3 and omega-6, and you should be able to give a detailed function of both of the essential fatty acids and the consequences of having or not having those in our diets. Before you go, I'd like you to summarise your learning of today's lesson just as a recap. And in our next lesson, we'll be looking at micronutrients, specifically looking at vitamins.